Hello everyone, this is me, Lady Infamous 415, Grown Women Gaming. You already know. It is Thursday. We're still on lockdown and my fucking light is not, my lights in my rooms is reflecting on my green screen and is looking a hot mess right now. Okay, last week we did a poll on Twitter, on the tweets or on the Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and I put up what was the next story that you guys wanted me to tell you. I think it was best fight, worst fight, the liquor trail, and you guys voted for my worst fight. So we gonna talk about my worst fight. Okay, I was a preteen and I was growing up in Miami, and my sister, she was a year older than me. So you know how it is when you have I don't know if any of you guys, like, if you're an older brother or sister, sometimes your mom will be like, or your dad will be like, hey, take your brother, take your sister with you. And same case with me. You know, I wanted to tag along with my big sister, and my mom would be like, hey, won't you take me with you? And she wouldn't like, my sister wouldn't like it at all, but I went with her. And sometimes it'll be innocent, you know, innocent outing with her friends and stuff like that. And then sometimes it'd be on some rah-rah sis boom-bah shit. I'm like, she was a thug. I mean, a real thug. So one night I go and hang out with my sister, right? And my sister's hanging out with her friends. Now, her friends were little thotty-thot-thots. So I was like, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what was that then, but I knew a lot of guys were popular with these particular girls. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm hanging out with the popular crowd, not knowing what's about to go down. Okay, so we go to this dude's house, right? Not my dude. I don't know, probably my sister's friend dude or her dude in particular. I guess some shit went. She's like, wait out here. We're going to go in here. We're going to handle some things. I'm like, cool. So I'm like, want to be a little lookout and shit like that. I don't know what's going on. All I heard was, pa, 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 pa. And I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? So I go in the house, right? And mind you, this house had plenty of little rooms on the sides and stuff like that. So I didn't know particularly which room my sister was in. All I heard was commotion, and all I thought was like, is my sister okay? Is she's all right? I gotta go get her. And I'm scared as shit because I'm like, I don't know what they got, I don't know what they doing, but all I heard was the commotion, and all I thought was my sister. I end up finding the room they was in. My sister and her friends were jumping on this girl. And at the time, I didn't know about the rules. I didn't know the rules. It was like either, because I really never was in a fight like that. So all I saw was these girls jumping, my sister and her friends jumping on this girl. And this dude's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, calm down, calm down. I did not think. All I wanted to do was to be like my sister. So I took a video cassette tapes. If you guys don't know what a video cassette tape, you are not old enough for me. But I'm going to explain it to you. Video cassette is like a plastic device like this big. And it has film inside. And it comes into a VCR. And at the time, VCRs and stuff were made. There was no iPods, no smartphones, none of that shit. It was, so I took the video cassette, right? Popped it on her head, and I started jumping her too, cause I want to be like my sister, right? So we jumped her, we broke up, and the dude broke up the fight, and I was like, her friends was like, yeah, there you go, lady, you jumping in for your sister, trying to protect her and stuff. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, I can do that. I'm like, yeah, you know, I got me a gold star, you know, helping out with the squad. You know, her friends treated me a little different, and we were cool and stuff. I guess because I helped them out, you know. So It was cool. I mean, my sister wouldn't let me do anything too reckless as long as when I was with her. Now, if I do something else reckless without her, then she'll have a problem. A couple of months go by, right? My sister, I'm off by myself. Problem number one. I was like doing my own thing by myself. Thought I was the shit. I got approval from my sister and her homegirls. And I'm like, cool. I'm riding on my own. I go to, next thing you know, I'm somewhere in a park in a neighborhood that I am not used to. Problem number two. I'm going chilling in the park. I'm chilling in the park. Mind you, this is not my park. This is not my neighborhood. And I'm by myself. Mind you, I'm like 13, 14 years old. So I'm over there chilling in the park. This girl said, hey, let me check your shoes out. I was like, okay, that's cool. I was like, okay, you want to check out my shoes? Okay, I think it was some Jordans or something. Next thing you know, she whopped me. Bop. I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on? She said, bitch, shut up. You don't remember me? I was like, no, I don't remember you. She was like, oh, but I remember you. You threw a cassette tape at me and your sisters and her friends jumped me. You was in the room, wasn't you? The flash of fucking, what is that word? The flash of fucking fright. I was so, one, I was in the wrong neighborhood. Two, I was by myself. Three, I had no mace, no razors, nothing but these hands. And my hand, and you know what the problem is? My hand skills was not on par. So I didn't even, my hand game wasn't on point. You know what I mean? So I can remember her friends, and people at the basketball court. She ready to fight. I'm ready to fight. I'm like, you know what? Something in my head is like, you might be jumped today. So what are you going to do? Are you going to run away? Or are you going to stand up and fight? I was like, fuck. In the back of my mind, they probably going to jump me and take my shoes. I was like, look, I refuse to let these bitches take my shoes. Fuck that. I don't care if I got bloodied the fuck up or I wasn't going to let them punk me out of nothing. I'd rather take an ass whooping than have someone make me like give up what was mine. So I had my dukes up. I was ready to fight. There was 3 of them and 1 of me. And I had them for a quick second. I'll move my feet so I can make sure I got some distance with them. And for a good 2 minutes, they got me. I'm like, fuck. All I had to do was swing. Like, I was punching with one arm, and I was, like, holding my arm on the other arm. So I was just, like, punching, making sure they don't hit my face. Because bitches know. Look, real hating-ass bitches, they're going to fuck your face up. And as many fights that I done seen in my life, especially with my childhood, a bitch is going to go for you. She's not going to get your heart. She's not going to get your gut. She's not going to beat you to a bloody pulp. She gonna try to fuck this up right here. I don't know what it is, but it seems like when it comes to fights, they want to fuck your face up. So I am holding myself. Bah, 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 bah. So I back up a little bit, and then I guess the school counselor came, or I guess one of those park rec people came, and they were like, okay, you guys got to break this up. You got to go. We don't know you, and you coming over here. They thought I was coming over there to fuck shit up because I wasn't from the neighborhood. And because, you know, people who work at Park and Rec and do those after school programs and stuff like that, they know what kind of kids come into parks. So you see a kid that ain't really there, in their perspective is, oh, she or he is starting up to no good. So that's what he thought of me. I was like, I looked at him like, don't you see there's 3 people here? And there's one of me? You must have provoked them somehow. I need to suggest you to leave. And the girls was like, yeah, that's why you got your ass kicked and you about to get kicked out the park. Don't go back to the old neighborhood. Go back to your neighborhood. Don't bring that shit over here. I'm like, I licked my wounds. I went home. I was bruised up. I was really bruised up because I didn't want them to catch I didn't want them to catch me in the face. So I got bruises like on my arms, on my back, on my legs and shit. I come home and I had to tell my mom. I didn't tell my mom anything, but she knew something was wrong. She was like, okay. She's like, hey, Maria, how are you? And I'm like, I'm okay, Mom. Where's Janet? Where's my sister? She's like, oh, she's out somewhere. She'll be back. Then she'll take a look at me and she'll be like, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, what you mean what's wrong with me? And she'll be like, well, you look like something happened to you. I'm like, nah, Mom, I'm cool. I'm chilling. You know, I'm a thug. Later on that night, I tell my sister what happened to me in the other neighborhood with these girls. She's like, but what girls jumped you? I'm like, the girls that y'all fought. She was like, which one? I'm like, Janet, how many people you fought within a 6-month span? I don't know, man. Shit happens. Which one? She was distraught and stuff like that because her little sister got jumped. But then she was like, we gonna get them. So I told her, I was like, that girl that I hit the video cassette with in our spot. She was like, oh, her. Don't worry. We'll get her. But now you know you trying to be a badass. See what happens when you a badass? If you bad enough to go jump this girl, you bad enough to go handle her on the side. Now, Lord and behold, I mean, after that day, I ain't heard from the girl no more. I ain't heard from they didn't talk to me about her since. So she ain't dead or nothing, but I'm like, my sister probably found her and whooped her ass one real good time and then dipped. Because I never heard from this girl ever, ever, ever again. And the moral of the story is, don't be going to neighborhoods you don't know. And be careful how you pick your fights. Because the decisions that you make then will effectively do something later down the road. I hope you enjoyed my little story time. I am so sorry about this white shit right here. You see that? I am so sorry about that. But make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to me. And I want to thank you guys for my story time. I know you guys like my story times, so we're gonna do another one. I think I might do the liquor trail. So make sure you check out Grown Woman Gaming, the best thing on a Saturday morning, 9 a.m., noon Eastern. Also, you check Some Sort of Gaming Podcast with me, Jay Sharpie, Zeldrick, and Unchief Productions. We do our show every Sunday. We post every Monday on Apple, Spotify, iTunes, everywhere you get your podcasts. We have you covered. And today is Streets of Rage 4 day. So maybe we'll do some streaming. Bye bye.